All right, let's get into it. We're talking about that one ingredient that seems to make everything better, The one that turns a good soup into a great one, or a simple dessert into something truly decadent. It's rich, it's luxurious, and today we're gonna demystify it. We're talking about heavy cream. Oh, you know the feeling. We have all been there. You are in the zone, you're cooking, everything is going great, and then you see that one line in the recipe. Add 1 cup of heavy cream. You swing open the fridge door and nothing. It's a total disaster, right? Well, don't panic, because today we've got your back. So, before we jump into all the cool kitchen hacks, let's take a step back and really figure out what we're even dealing with here. What is heavy cream, and what makes it so special anyway? Honestly, it's about as simple as it sounds. See, before milk goes through homogenization, that's the process that basically blends all the fat into the liquid so it's uniform, the fattiest part of the milk just naturally floats to the top. That beautiful, rich layer, yep, that's your cream. Now this number right here, this is the secret sauce. 36 to 40% fat content. That's everything. This super high percentage of butterfat is what gives heavy cream its amazing thickness, that incredible rich flavor, and its almost magical ability to do things in the kitchen that other ingredients just can't. And this is a fun way to really understand how much fat we're talking about. If you take that heavy cream and just keep churning it and churning it, those fat globules start clumping together more and more until, boom, you've literally made butter. It's all part of the same delicious dairy family tree. Okay, so now we know what it is, but why is it in so many recipes? Why are chefs and home cooks so obsessed with it? Let's take a look at why this ingredient is such a star player in the kitchen. Well, that high fat content makes it incredibly versatile. For soups, it adds this amazing silky body. And for sauces, that fat acts as an emulsifier, which is just a fancy word meaning it holds everything together and keeps it from breaking or separating. It's the reason you get that perfect creamy coating on pasta. And of course, it's the foundation for countless desserts and those light, fluffy whip toppings we all love. Really, when it comes down to it, heavy cream is just a shortcut to luxury. It's that one simple thing you can add to a dish that takes it from pretty good to absolutely amazing. Okay, let's get to the real reason you're probably here. The fridge is empty, the recipe is staring you down. What do? Well, let's talk about some easy, effective substitutes you probably already have hanging around. All right, this right here is your official Kitchen Lifesaver cheat sheet. Let's break this down because these are super useful. First up, milk and butter. If you're making a cooking sauce and you need that richness, just melt some butter and whisk it into some milk. That butter helps mimic the fat we're missing. Now, for soups and sauces, evaporated milk is a fantastic pantry staple. Just pour it right out of the can for instant creaminess. If you're baking, you can get creative. Try mixing a little milk with some Greek yogurt or sour cream. It adds thickness, but it also gives your bake this really nice, subtle tang. And finally, if you need a dairy-free option, especially for things like curries or desserts, the solid part from a can of coconut cream is your absolute go-to. But, and believe me, this is a very important but, there is one huge thing that most of these substitutes just cannot do. I mean, the ultimate test for heavy cream, right? It's that magical transformation into light, airy, stable whipped cream. So can our little pantry lifesavers pull off the same trick? The short answer, nope. Not really. While they're amazing for adding that richness and body to something you're cooking, they just don't have the right stuff to be whipped into stable peaks. And here's the science behind it. Remember that 36 to 40% fat? Well, when you start whipping heavy cream, all those little fat globules link up and create the strong, stable web that traps air bubbles. That's what gives you that light, fluffy structure that actually holds its shape. Our substitutes, they just don't have enough fat to build that web. However, there is one hero that comes pretty darn close, and it's an amazing dairy-free hack. If you chill a can of full-fat coconut milk, that thick cream will get solid and rise to the top. Just scoop that solid part out, whip it up, and you will get a surprisingly delicious and fluffy whipped topping. So here's the bottom line. For most of your cooking and baking, you have a ton of easy substitutes for heavy cream right in your pantry. But if you need that classic, light, airy whipped cream, the high-fat content of the real deal is pretty much irreplaceable. It really goes to show you that a little bit of kitchen science can totally save the day. And it makes you wonder what other secret weapons are hiding out in our pantries. So now I'm curious, What's your best go-to kitchen hack when you're in a pinch? Let us know.